Hi everyone, welcome to Values. So today I'm looking at Oramed and they just released the results, and unfortunately it was not a good result. The product did not meet its endpoint, meaning basically it did not show an effectiveness to someone that wasn't taking it. So if there's no difference between you taking it and then someone who doesn't take it, then basically it's a pointless product. And which I'm sure they can always go and evaluate things and see how it goes. But as it stands, I think they've just probably, as they say, Oramed expects to discontinue its oral insulin clinical activities for type 2 diabetes. So at the current stage, basically things are finished with this current trial. And basically, as you see with their multiple clinical stage program presentation, they had three trials going in. Basically, their oral insulin was their most advanced one in phase 3, and then the oral insulin for NASH, which was the fat in the liver, that potentially their product could reduce the fat in the liver. That was also, they were enrolling people to go into phase 2, but that's phase 2 and nowhere close to being commercial, and potentially we don't even know how good that is. But their golden goose is basically being wiped out, and it means the value of the company is probably going to take a massive hit. Last time they reported cash holdings was around $160 million. It's probably reduced by that. So if we go, they hold $120 million in cash. In a sense, you could expect 2/3 of the market cap to be wiped out. So potentially you might see a 60 to 70% drop in the stock. If if basically it does get sold down to that level. But at this point, a company without its main product is it isn't a very hopeful type of situation. So that's the problem of investing in biotechs, that the minute things do not come out the way you plan, things could head south really easily. So as the CEO said, today's outcome is very disappointing given the positive results from prior trials. Once full data from the studies are available, we expect to share relevant learning points and future plans. So potentially they'll look at things and then they'll go, is there anything they could have changed? And if there was, they will change it, and then they will do another phase 3 trial in the future, I guess. Or perhaps they have to start over again if they make too much of a difference, too much of a change. Yeah, so it is very disappointing, but it is also one of those realities of investing. We thank all the patients, families, and healthcare professionals who participated in the trial. Yeah, so overall, yeah, really not much left to say apart from just, yeah, it's been probably a disappointing part, but that's not been the hardest part for a shareholder, I imagine. Particularly, firstly, you're seeing a result that's not going your way, and then you've got the second part that's not going to go your way, and that's going to be the share price. So you could be seeing a $3 share price, which will be just heartbreaking for any investors, particularly shareholders. And the biggest question is, do you hold or do you sell? That's going to be always a difficult question. I'd say if you believe in a company that it can come back, then potentially you just keep holding. If you think you can do better with your money, or you think you don't have much kind of belief in the company anymore, then I guess just get out of the company, find something else, invest in it, and then make it back. Because at this current situation, it's really not a hopeful moment, which is sadly the reality in this situation. Yeah. I think, yeah, that's really all I think I really have to say, because it's really not a great situation. Also, hate to break the news in that case. Yeah, I guess that is the whole reality. Not a great situation. But yeah, I think you've got like half a day to decide how you're going to act. I think a lot of people will probably just sell out. I don't see many buyers, so that's the thing. Like stock price drops heavily when there's no buyers, because it's basically when buyers meet sellers, and if you got no buyers and you got a ton of sellers, you can basically guess where the share price is going. That's really what I have to say. Until then, better luck next time, guys. If you got any questions or comments, post below. I really wish you well for your next investment. Hopefully, you didn't have too much in this one. Because it did seem very promising. That's the problem with biotechs. I think like maybe you learn a lesson from it. I guess that's the whole idea, that you learn from your lesson from biotechs, and you understand that what you have to do in the future, that hey, these are risky stocks, so how would you allocate your capital so that if this was to happen again, that potentially it doesn't wipe you out. So you don't want to end up in a situation where you possibly could be wiped out. So that's the situation that you want to consider in these circumstances. How can you be better next time? And in this case, how do you be better next time? Well, you basically just have a better capital allocation strategy, because no one can tell how good a result could be once, because when you conduct these trials, not unless they've done something to the actual data, no one actually has any control on the data. Like perhaps the telling sign might have been when the chief commercial officer sold 10% of his shares like a week or two ago. And some people were putting that as a red flag, and basically that could have been a red flag. But there could have been other justifications for that, and sadly this is not today. I don't have much else to say. A results are results. It's not really much coming back from it. Until then, better luck next time, and I'll see you next time.